Hello there guys, and welcome to this virtual walk round of this stunning bespoke manual BMW M2 competition. Now I'm going to try not be too biased because these are probably my third favourite car of all time, but you have every reason now to tune in and see exactly why that is, and I'm going to tell you. So to start with, we've got the sumptuous Hockenheim silver metallic paintwork, which gives the BMW an incredible looking finish. You've got the LED headlights, you've got the gloss black honeycomb grille and the parking distance control, and now the juicy stuff starts. Here you've got the full carbon fibre, genuine from BMW M Performance kit. You've got your honeycomb grille just in there, and more performance carbon here on the M2 kidney grills with the gloss black vertical slats. You can see you've got front parking distance control, also known as PDC, and moving down again you've got the final bits of honeycomb and carbon fibre. Now moving on, the previous owner has uprated the brakes to the bigger M competition package, and you've also got gloss black from factory 788M alloy wheels. Now as you can see, even in the dusk, the Hockenheim silver pearl gives off a really nice fleck, it gives off a really nice shade, and it looks incredible in this light. More M Performance carbon here just on the wing badging, and moving down you've got some livery here against the M Sport side vents, and you've got the RT MG livery from the previous owner. Moving up, yet more carbon on the mirror caps. They are again of course from factory, and you've got de-chromed window surrounds again from factory, which is part of the high gloss shadow line package. So I'll move down here and you can see the flared arches, the livery on there, and we've also got the carbon fibre Canards from BMW just here. Second alloy wheel, as you can see, you've also got the gloss black 778M with a silver M branded caliper. That to me is the perfect shape, the perfect size and the perfect look. So moving around again, you can see here we have got the LED rear tail lights, we've got the rear PDC or parking distance control, the reflectors, and of course more carbon against the quad black chrome exhaust. You've got the carbon rear diffuser, you've got your M2 competition badging in black, and you've got the M Performance rear spoiler, or the rear lip spoiler as they'll call it on the options list, genuine carbon. It looks fantastic. Every M2 should have carbon, and this one has it all. As you can see, rear parking distance control again, your third alloy wheel just there with some more DKU livery, which we will come to shortly. In the boot, it's quite spacious, it's not too bad. Of course it is a sports coupe, so don't be too hasty in thinking you're going to get lots of luggage in. But for a standard tourer, for a weekend car, or a smaller daily for a couple or a very young family, it's absolutely ideal. You can lift that up and you can see in there you've got your battery and other components. You can see no dinks, no dents, no signs of previous paintwork. It's a very well looked after, enthusiast owned example with very, very low mileage. And let me just assure you that the last owner was a guy who owns a DKU Performance, but the car is never been modified, it's not mapped, and mechanically it is exactly the same as it is from factory. The only options on this are a lowered ride height, as you can see, and that's from having BC coilovers all the way through, and Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 semi-slick tyres. As you can see down here, we've got the livery here for DKU Performance, and we've also got the window surround, tinted privacy glass or sun protection glazing, and you've also got your carbon mirror on this side, you've got your windscreen with grey shading, and you've also got your carbon venting just down here with your M2 logo on the wing, and you have of course got your third alloy wheel with your big brand caliper. So that is an overview of the M2 competition from the exterior. I'm quite sure that you'll agree with me that aesthetically that is one of the better looking cars available, and one that looks absolutely immense. So first off, it is keyless entry, as you can see, and that interior is one fit for the name competition because it blows the rest out of the water. You've got your Napa leather steering wheel, 3-spoke multifunction, and that has the M embossed logo just down here, and it of course has the M colourway contrast stitching. That is of course a manual gearbox which also houses the M logo. Really nice with the suede and blue contrast stitching, and you've got this which is almost a 3D textured raw carbon fibre trim. Moving up, you've got your air conditioning surrounded in piano black, and you've got chrome air vents with the raw carbon interior trim, and the ProNav system, of which we'll touch upon in just a moment. But as you can see, the car has been styled by their experts at the M division, and boy have they done a great job. Suede door liners with the blue contrast stitching against the raw carbon, electric windows, manual seating, heated seating, and of course as soon as you step in you've got the chrome black M2 competition logo. But the seating itself, you've got the suede on the side rest just here, which goes into the merino leather with the blue stitching, and you've of course got your perforated blue styling just in the middle with the M2 logo. Sport bolster seating, so they keep you insecure when you're driving it emphatically, as many people do with M2s. You don't get thrown around. You're nice, you're snug, you're secure, but they are really nice manual seats here that are adjustable, and you've got electric lumbar support just here. Now the seat belts themselves deserve a little bit of a showcase as well. As you can see, they come with the optional extra of having the M colourway on there. BMW, it's a nice little tip of the cap to all their heritage. So moving around onto the door card, you've got your 3D raw carbon trim, suede door card on there, and you've got the leather effect here with the blue contrast trim. And then moving down, you've got your chrome piping just here, electric windows, electrically adjustable foldable mirrors. And in here you've got your automatic headlights and instrument cluster lighting. This is for your key. If ever you have trouble starting it, you can put it there and that will recognise it. And you've got your automatic wipers just on here. Before we get into the front, we'll get into the back, which is done by this. Chair moves forward, and as you can see, you've got the M colourway on the seating there as well. And you've also got the M logo embossed just below the headrest with a contrast blue stitching and the Dakota black leather. Really nice design, really subtle but extremely effective. This is a car that needs to be seen to be believed and driven to be beloved, because once you get in one you'll never want to get out. So the steering wheel, as touched upon, is of course a 3-spoke multifunction wheel, and those functions include cruise control with speed limiter. You have your driving modes here, which you'll touch upon just once the ignition is turned on, and you have voice control, volume control and Bluetooth telephone. On here you've got your options for the instrument cluster. That just brings up in the bottom here on the digital display, it brings up the different options, trip, mileage and miles per gallon and things of that nature. Indicators, which many people don't know comes as standard on a BMW, and we've got your push button start and auto start stop. So shall we turn her on? As you can see, the radio works, and we've got no fuel, but that's a good thing because that means it's not going anywhere quick. So we turn it on, and there you go. So a nice feature of this is BMW will restrict the power that you have when driving it from cold, just to stop anybody who doesn't know how to treat a nice car in a good way from blowing it up straight away. So as you can see, it's covered just under 13,000 miles, and there's 34 miles left in the tank. Or you can click on the menu button itself, and once your car's all warmed up, that will give you all the different options. Full black panel display, which includes a digital dash, and you have down here the M2 competition logo, which does illuminate upon startup. Now moving across, we've got the Pro navigation system, and excuse those lines on there, it's just my phone not reading it very well, not the screen itself. So, ProNav, what does that mean? That means that it's touchscreen because it's over 2017, and you also have a much larger screen and options thereof. So we'll start with the media and radio. As you can see, DAB or DMB, you don't really need FM or AM, because if you've got DAB, that's the only thing you're going to listen to. Online entertainment, music collection, and you've also got your options here to stream from your Bluetooth device, as have Nipper and Majid. Sound, you can change all your sound preferences on there, including the bass, the treble, the fader, and you can personalize the menu as well. Communication, that is obviously your Bluetooth telephone. Once you connect it, all those options become available. Navigation, as we've said, you can input your address with a voice, you can do it via using the media control system, or you can just enjoy the road and see where it takes you. Different settings for your map styles on here. So as you can see, map style, you can change them all, day and night or automatic mode. If you go on map style, you can do it alternative, so it gives you different coloured roads. Map elements, you can change all different things. If you wanted your traffic lights along the route, you can put those on. I mean, it is a very complex system, but BMW are of course known for their commitment to detail. But if you just want to view the map, you can just click on map there, and that will bring up everything that you need. As you can see, nice high contrast, high resolution, and no glare from the screen, so it's something that's really easy on the eye aesthetically too. Now the raw carbon fibre, I've said it's 3D. Now if you feel it's not got a coat of lacquer on, as many different brands do, gives it a more eco-friendly aesthetic appearance, but it just looks really, really cool, especially considering it's against the chrome and pearl black on the piano black styling just there. So you've got your old school buttons there for your tracks and your CDs. You've got heated seat buttons just here. You've got your air conditioning, which is of course dual zone or automatic. You have your heated windscreen, heated rear screen, of which you want the air blown into the cabin, severity of how it's blown in, and if you want manual or auto recirc on the aircon. You've got a bit of storage here, and you've got a hidden bit under there with cup holders, and of course you've got your 12-volt socket charger. Now moving down, as you can see, my favourite word, the manual gearbox, something that really does set this M2 competition aside. This is one that really does entail and ensure that this particular M2 is a car for the driving purists. Many people now opt for the DCT or the semi-automatic gearbox with paddle shift, and I am a big believer that that does give you total control. But there is something about driving a sports coupe with a manual gearbox that just can't be touched. You're engaging with the car, you're learning about the car, you get a real love and feel for everything that the car can offer you, and that all comes from this 6-speed manual box here. That is of course encased in the suede with blue contrast stitching, and you can take traction control off for a lot of sideways action and different driving modes and steering modes therefore. And you also have the parking assist just here. So that raw carbon is also echoed throughout the media control system or the iDrive, and in here you have further storage and a USB port. So that really is everything that I can show you on the BMW M2 apart from this last little bit. So earlier I touched upon clicking the M1 and M2 mode. You'll see if you click in M2 it will ask you to confirm. You click again and that changed it to the MDM mode, and you've also got here your traction control off, and your M2 sounds like it's on steroids, but you can take that off quite easily just by clicking the button, turn it back on of doing that. Speaking of important things, on the menu system itself you also have connected drive, my vehicle and notifications. That one will be telling us that we're on the fuel reserve, but most importantly, before I go, let's show you these. So you have vehicle settings of which you can change, iDrive settings of which you can change, content of the menu, mDrive and mDrive 2. This is basically the MDM system, but what you can do, you can configure this to be however you would like it to be, and you can configure it to suit your own requirements. Now Main one is vehicle status. If you click into this, you can see the temperature and the pressure of your tyres. Obviously in a car like this, the tyre temperature is just as important. Anything over around 30 will really be a substantial figure and allow you to drive it a little bit more emphatically. But this is the main part of it, the service history. So as you can see, this benefits from a full BMW service history, 9 miles, the all-important crucial running in service at just over 1,000 miles, one at 6,000 miles and one at 11,441 in September of this year. Now this car has also been owned by a performance workshop as their own personal car, not a development car, not one that they've used on the track or anything like that. This has been his own car, which he does no longer require because he's buying something new to use for development. So technology in action, we have efficient dynamics, or we have sports displays which display your horsepower and your Newton meters of torque. And that really is everything that I can tell you about this really gorgeous, really bespoke and just outstandingly beautiful BMW M2. As I've said, I'm a huge fan of these cars and I have been for many years. For me, there's not a sports coupe on the market or in its class that comes near the pleasure that this car gives you, the aesthetic pleasure that this car gives you, or just the all-round perfect balance between practicality and performance. So if you do need a little bit of reassurance for yourself, just remember that every car here at Emerald House of Cars is given the Emerald 128 point check prior to retailing. This covers both cosmetic and mechanical, and if there's anything that needs doing, we get it done before it's brought round to me and this video is made. As we say, we service every car when it comes in, just to ensure that there's no cross-contamination with oil. And if there's less than 6 months on an MOT, we put a new ticket on there for you at our RAC approved on-site facility. We're able to offer a vast array of finance options, we welcome part exchanges, and we're more than happy to assist with any queries you may have regarding the car, the video, or just the numpty filming it. But for me, it's a very big thank you for watching, and we really do hope to see you at HQ very soon.